Hi, Scott here, Gamertag Frackfelder Card. And as a little bonus for the channel, I happen to own a few weapons from World War II. I thought I'd share it with you guys viewing the channel. A couple of my favorites. First one is a Springfield 1903 A3. Fires 30-06, and yes, it's been safety checked already, but for those of you that are safety Nazis, let you check it yourself. I'm not talking to you, Ziggy. Go away. Sorry about that. Anyway, yes, it has been safety checked. I was a range officer at one time, so I think I know what I'm doing. Other than, oh God! Anyway, I know. I'm a total dad joke. But look at the business end of that sucker. Wouldn't you hate to get hit by that? I've heard it's like getting hit by a bus. But I wouldn't know about that from personal experience, but somebody I used to know has been hit by both. So I think he would know what he's talking about. He was a former enlisted man of the Wehrmacht. That's the German army, I believe. And yes, he was hit by one of these babies. Well, not necessarily a Springfield, but what it fires, the 30-06 cartridge. And then later in life, he was hit by a bus. So he said that they were very similar. But anyway, a little bit about this rifle. It is, like I said, it is the 03A3 model. The original is just the 1903. You can tell the difference between the two right off the bat. The main differences are rear sight on the A3 being back here, right by the bolt handle, whereas the original would be up here in this area. That's one of the dead giveaways. There's other things too, you know, the way the stocks are made, and actually this is an older stock type, but that's not unusual on these. It even has a period correct sling on it. I do have an original leather sling for this, but I have it in a very controlled environment to keep it from deteriorating. It's got a few cracks in it, and it wasn't taken care of prior to me getting it, but now it's only for certain display times, and I bought this replica. It's a very good replica. But anyway, this is also it's a 1944 model. February of 44, the barrel is marked. I believe this has been an Arsenal refurbish because it's just perfect, almost perfect. Other than a few marks, you'd think it just came from the factory. It's got a couple of dings here and there, like right there. There's a little ding in it. I think I actually did that one. Made me cry. But as you can see, the parkerization on it is just beautiful. But enough about that one. We're going to go to perhaps one of my favorite rifles, and I know some of you are going to be pissed, but it's a Russian. It's the Mosin Nagant. And yes, this is an original 1891 30. Hard to remember all the numbers. 1891 30. Fires a 7.62 by 54R. A lot of people think the R stands for Russian. And I guess there's no harm in calling it that, but the R actually stands for rimmed. It's a rimmed cartridge. It's a rifle cartridge, rimmed rifle cartridge. And I know some of you are going to say, but Scott, my AR-15 doesn't have rimmed cartridges. Well, that's because it's a semi-automatic, and semi-automatics operate better with rimless cartridges. So that's why it doesn't. But prior to that, they had no reason to make a rimless cartridge, and I would imagine the rimless cartridge probably is a little more complicated to manufacture than the rimmed. So that's probably why they were making rimmed cartridges prior to the invention of the semi-automatic. Don't know. Just kind of guessing there. But also unloaded, just for you safety Nazis out there. When I get done with this, the actions will be open on them. Safety flags will be installed, and they will be put in a very high security, locked safe. And in case somebody gets the idea that you're going to try and find out where I live and come steal them, sorry, I'm 2 miles underground in a Pacific island, uncharted. You'll never find me, so don't even try. Oh, so anyhow, that is, like I said, probably one of my favorite rifles there. This is a 1943 model, by the way. I think it is also a factory refurb because it's nearly perfect as well. Not quite as good a shape as the Springfield, but pretty darn good shape. It's original scope. It's matched with the rifle, which, you know, when they took the very best out of the arsenal, best shooters that they could find, and then they took them to their shops and they tuned them up and they hand matched these scopes. There's actually some that have shims placed in them to make sure that they are accurized. So you don't want to just be taking this scope off and putting it on another rifle. It might be fine, but chances are it's going to take some tuning. And you can tune this. It has adjustments for windage and elevation on the scope itself, but it's limited. And the bracket itself, well, you about have to be a gunsmith to get these brackets sighted in correctly. Attached to the scope, of course, but I'm just saying that in order to make it perfectly balanced and sighted in, it takes sometimes some filing, it takes some shimming. I mean, yeah, a handyman could do it himself, but somebody that knows what they're doing would probably be better. But anyway, started using this weapon in that game right there, I believe, Zombie Army Trilogy. And I just fell in love with it in game. It's just a marvelous weapon, has great knockdown power. And other than the fact that it's a bolt action and kind of slow, I know a lot of you out there like to get a hold of the semi-automatic weapons. Shame on you! Shame on you! Anyway, love this rifle in game and out. So, anyhow, if you guys have any interest in seeing more of my collection, just comment, let me know. And if there's enough interest, I might even have a range day. And maybe if anybody's, in the neighborhood, maybe you can join me, out in the South Pacific, uncharted island, 2 miles down. But yeah, if I can afford the ammo and whatnot, and there's enough interest, we'll plan a range day. So, that being said, That's all I'm going to say for this video. Oh, well, I got to do self-promotion. So if you would, please subscribe, like, hit the bell, comment, all that stuff, because I guess it does help with the channel analytics, and I am going to try to build this channel up and eventually start getting monetized and bringing some money in, and then maybe I'll take that money and I'll put it right back in the channel, and we'll be using that for bringing you more exciting content like this. Hey. No, but I do have some ideas, some things that have been tried before on YouTube, but I think I might be able to do better, and a couple of things that I've never seen before. So if you want to see something like that in the future, like I said, help me out. It's all up to you. So, okay, well, on that note, I will see you in the next video. Be good to each other. Try and stay out of trouble. If you can't, don't name it after me. And I'll see you in the sniper's nest.